Welcome back. This is Scotty Mac, and today I want to show you how I used a high quality ARB compressor, a Stinger mounting plate, an 813 rail plate, and my old slime compressor control group to produce a system for my Jeep 392 for under $500. Come along and see how I do it.
And our right rear tires back up to 37 PSI.
Welcome back. This is Scotty Mac in the shop, and I want to talk air compressors today. When I got the second Jeep, I got another slime pump. I like these. They used to be 50, now they're about 75 bucks. They even have a newer model. But for the old tan Jeep, the 5-year-old one had started to get a thermal problem, and when airing up the last of the fourth tire, and it would shut off. You unplug everything, drive down the road 20 minutes, let it cool off, and you can turn it back on and air up. So it's time to think about a new and better air compressor for the 392. If you've, like me, you've been waiting for the ARB compressor brushless motors to come out. And when they did, the first reviews we waited for with bated breath. Unfortunately, there's a couple YouTubers who have revealed that the brushless compressors run very, very high temperatures. And that's a problem for longevity. I don't care for that. And at a 60% premium on the price, I really didn't want to do that, especially on a first series. You don't know, as an engineer, you'd never want to buy the first of anything. Let them prove it out. Let them get the hardware all sorted out. Now, they are running forced induction fan on each of those compressors for the brushless, and even that is causing high temperatures, much higher. So I took a step back and I said, well, I'm going to get the old tried and true brushed model. Here's a tip. ARB screws all of its dealers and will sell directly to you on Amazon at a full $60 less than any dealer can sell you this brushed compressor for. And that's where I got it, on Amazon. I was really surprised. That's kind of a shady thing to do. Anyhow, I have taken my slime and looked at it, and what I want to do is have an automatic shutoff. Now, ARB will sell you a wireless Bluetooth with an app and everything for just about $300 delivered to you. I really don't want to do that. I don't want the double either because of the current. So what I am doing is I want to use the slime compressors, control and pressure, and see if I can take this apart and do it. Well, I've already done that. I'm over here with the other one, and I've deconstructed it, okay? I've got an 813 side kit for the JL, in which I can mount the ARB switch, the chuck, and the control panel for the slime. I've used the switch control there, which is the way you recycle it to start it again, and the pressure sensor, as well as the power board, and I've added a relay to that as well as it. Now, I have chosen the one cylinder, not the dual ARB. That has some real benefits to it. Number one, the current needs on this are much lower. 26 peaking at 32 amps, whereas your twin is going to hit 76 peaking at 80 amps. Now, what's the benefit here? With a JL, you have a 40 amp circuit that you can switch, that's relayed and powered from a source in the car on auxiliary switch 1 or 2. And this is a perfect sizing for it. If it peaks at 32 and it hits 40, it's definitely tripping. So that's a smart thing to do. Now, the dual running 76 amps, boy, I can't imagine how the stress on the battery and the electrical system with that much current running through it. And I'm actually a little bit fearful of that. I don't want to do that, and I have no need for extra fast air up times that those provide. So let's come along, and I want to show you how I install this in the car. Now, I've got a Stinger. This is an amplifier back for the under the driver's seat. Actually, it'll fit either one. I've tried it, but I think I don't want to interrupt my Now, the stock Jeep JL system has a 40 amp fuse circuit on auxiliary 1 and 2. I'm going to select auxiliary 1, but with a fuse, you have to have replacements. If you spend a little bit more money, under $10, I buy these. They're circuit breakers, a much more professional electrical device. These are ATC Type 1. Open them up there. And they are automatically resetting. So within 2 minutes, once it trips, within 2 minutes, it will reset and try again. And I think that's exactly what I'm going to put in the fuse box, the auxiliary switch. So there's our control panel with a switch connection for bouncing. Then we have our power connection to the power board. I will put that when we're in the car. And then we have our pressure sender, which goes off to our pressure chuck coming off of the ARB compressor. And I have everything in a little box that I can put under the seat, and it all fits. I've sized this and tried it, and it's worked. So let's take this to the car and do a setup. The one thing I did have to buy were 12 millimeter Torx, T12 Torx sockets, not drives, for the seat on the Jeep JL to remove the seat legs. Interesting. I've never had to have Torx sockets. Right, so we placed it in location. So here is where our ARB control panel and our chuck will go. We'll have to tighten that up there. This will be our cycling switch. And this is where we set our target. So that is a really nice out-of-the-way place. All right. We finished mounting it. Had to drill a hole there and got into the black. I'll hit that with some paint. Got the ARB switch. Install there. There'll be our cycle. Here's our chuck and our control panel. But it's all done now. I'm going to remove the blocks. Let's go to the back here and look at our power plate and start connecting some things too. We've got our power and ground. I ran ground from G915, which is a standard. That's right back here. Proper ground to the chassis. All right, we're up front in the passenger's kick panel, and I have changed my mind and decided to have auxiliary switch 2, not 1, as my choice. I've connected to it and got the first layer of shrink wrap on. Thought I'd take some video now and bring you along. I've got another layer. I'm gonna double layer it to make sure that's really nice, tight, and protected. And if you see on switch 2, it's lower. So if I'm outside of the car, that might be just a little easier and somewhat arbitrary, but I have changed my mind. Thought I'd bring you along and tell you I'm now going to use aux 2 as my compressor switch activation. Thank you very much for coming along today. That's how I produced an ARB compressor with digital control and automatic shutoff for my Jeep 392. Thanks much, and see you on the trail.
And our right rear tires back up to 37.